Welcome to Shomach Shova on the Daf. We're holding in Chulin Daf Ayin Dalet. In the Mishnah on the end of Amud Aleph, we have the main Mishnah regarding Ben Pekuah. Ben Pekuah refers to if one shecht an animal and he finds a fetus in the womb of the animal, so the shechita of the mother works for the fetus, and the fetus does not require shechita. The Achronim, Beroisham Rabbi Yosef Engel, in a Sefer Asfan D'Oraisa Klal Yudalet, they bring a Chakira. How do we understand this concept that a Ben Pekuah doesn't require shechita? Is the pshat that the shechita of the mother works for the child, meaning it does require shechita, but because it's part of the mother, once you shech the mother, the child is included? Or the pshat is that once you shech the mother, the Torah said, Exeres HaKosov, the Ben Pekuah does not require shechita. Not that the shechita of the mother works for the child, but once you did shechita for the mother, so there's no shechita required at all. Is it an animal that has shechita by the mother, or is it an animal that doesn't require shechita once the mother has shechita? Now the Gemara in our daf, right before the Mishnah, brings a question: if one shechted the fetus in the womb of the mother, before he shech the mother, he shech the fetus in the womb of the mother, does that work or not? Even according to Rabbanon, the Ben Pekuah doesn't need shechita. So the Gemara brings, either doesn't need shechita, you can't do shechita on the fetus, or arba simonim ach sharachmon. The Torah really said you could shech either two simonim, either of the mother or of the fetus, and you can pick and choose which one you'll use. So it says of Yosef Engel, these two tzdadim, the two tzdadim of the Gemara, depend on this Chakira. If you hold that you can do only shechita for the mother, so you may say that pshat is that there's no shechita required for this fetus. It's exactly the case of the once the shechita of the mother is done, the fetus doesn't require shechita at all, and therefore there's no other way around it. But if the pshat is the fetus does require shechita, just the shechita of the mother works for the fetus, so you may the shechita of the fetus itself also works. Any way you can get the shechita works. So the tzad of the Gemara, the arba simonim mechshir Torah, you can have four different ways to do, is because there is shechita that needs to be done over here. The only shayla is how to do it. Rabbi Yosef Engel continues and says, for in the Mishnah, that says that if you find the fetus dead, so the shechita of the mother does work. That's a raya that you don't need shechita at all. Because once the animal is dead, there's no shechita by them. So what's shat when he's dead, the shechita of the mother works for it? Because it doesn't require shechita. So it's a raya that the idea of Ben Pekuah is not that you didn't need shechita, just the shechita of the mother works for it, but you don't need shechita at all. And he adds more, Yosef Engel, because we learned that even if the uber is a treifel, the fetus is a treifel, you also can eat it. Shechita doesn't work for a treifel. So you see that here you don't really require shechita at all. Yosef Engel continues and says, if you look at the Gemara in the middle of Amud Aleph in our daf, the Gemara brings a machlekes between the Mishnah and the Braiso. If a ben shmoina, meaning a fetus who was 8 months in the womb, so he's not going to live, is that considered to be yish b'mino shchita or not? Our Mishnah says there's no mino shchita. You can never shecht an 8-month-old animal. But the Braiso holds yesh b'mino shchita because you could shecht the mother. Says Yosef Engel, what's the machlekes? The machlekes is the shechita of the mother work for the fetus or not? Our Mishnah holds the shechita of the mother does not work for the fetus. Just exactly the cause of is that once you shech the mother, the fetus is mutter. So the ain't no shechita. You don't have shechita by the fetus. Mashiach in the Braiso holds that the shechita of the mother works for the fetus. So there is shechita in this fetus. But after the entire discussion and different rayas and the mishmos that he brings from our Gemara, Yosef Engel concludes and says that for sure Ben Pekuah has his own shechita, meaning the shechita of the mother works for the Ben Pekuah. And he brings a few rayas to it. It's a Gemara in Maseches Temuro, a Gemara in Maseches Bobakamo, and two rayas from our Gemara. Our Gemara in Amud Beis, the Gemara asks, can you use a Ben Pekuah to do pidyon petach hamor? And the Gemara says the reason maybe you can't use it because shchitas imoy metal rasoi, the shechita of the mother worked for him, is as if considered to be a meat in a basket. Why is it considered to be meat in a basket? Because the shechita of the mother already worked for him. You see clearly the shechita of the mother works for him, and not that he's mutal zigzas akosov. And then he brings a raya for the next stuff, and Naf Ayin Hey, he brings the Rashi and the Tosfos that speaks about Rashi over there. Regarding Ben Pekuah, they had a child from a non-Ben Pekuah, so this child ain't lo takana. Why lo takana? Because he's considered to be half shachut. Why does he have shachut? Because on his father's side was a Ben Pekuah, the shechita already happened. For the mother side, there's no shchita, so he has only half a shchita. You see clearly there is shchita by Ben Pekuah. So the Kilis Yaakov in Siman Yutes here in the Masechta, he brings this whole Yosef Engel, this whole cheshbon, but he says the Chor clearly there's something special by Ben Pekuah, because we see that you can eat the gid and the chaylev, you can eat the fat and the gid anoshe, which you can in any other animal. So says the Kilis Yaakov, you have to say that Ben Pekuah has both things. Mitzad echod, he has shchito, as all the rayas that Yosef Engel brings. Mitzad sheni, he also has a heter, which is gzil sakos. So once the mother's nishchad, everything is mutter. He says, where do you see these two things in the same pasuk? Where does this come from? So says the Kilis Yaakov, very similar, brings the Shimon Shkop and Shah Yosher, to the Hagdara, the definition of Ben Pekuah is that it's a aver, it's a limb of the mother. The same way a limb, any other limb, is mutter with the shchita of the mother, so also the Ben Pekuah is mutter with the shchita of the mother. And the same way any other limb doesn't have a problem of gid anoshe and chaylev, because gid anoshe and chaylev, the mother has a gid anoshe and chaylev. The hand is not part of the gid anoshe or the chaylev. So also the uber, the fetus, also doesn't have gid anoshe v'chaylev. Because you look at him as part of the big kaima of the mother. He's only one part of the mother. So he doesn't have his own gid anoshe and his own chaylev. So based on the whole Chakira and the rayas that we have in this Nikuda, we see what's the definition of Pekuah, a limb of the mother. Ubor yerech imoy. Anyone who wants to join and sponsor the Shomach Shava Shiurim, please email shomachshava@gmail.com.